once again.
Hello again, here is Jimmy at O'Reilly's Mobile Mechanics, and behind me here we have a Ford Transit Tornado, and it's got a DPF issue in the lines of it's had a new turbo, and the old turbo has filled the DPF up with oil, and the van is smoking a lot, so we need to get that sorted out. So if we come into the front end of the van, go down here, just over there, if you can see where that grey plug is. Let's see if I can zoom that in. That is your Dpf pressure sensor, so we can either open that and put our flushing fluid in there, or we can go underneath the van. I think it's a little bit easier to actually go under the van and do it. So just on our middle shelf here, this is where we keep all of our Dpf stuff. This is the pad fluid for Peugeot, Citroens, Volvo, Fords, Revive fluids in here, and we've got our Dpf flushing fluid right here. And we're going to fill up our bottle here. Put in there 2.5 litres. Okay, now that's full. Take out our funnel. This is just a pressurised brake bleeder bottle that we use for this, and we've just put a different little adapter on the end. We've got this little pipe here. Depending on the end, we can then take that off and use just a metal pointy little nozzle there, just like that. And this is the bottle that we're using. Model number there. Now we're going to need a set of hose clip pliers. These ones here. And a torch will come in handy. So you can see from underneath there we've got it jacked up, not much, and an axle stand on it. So we've only got the wheel like about an inch off the ground there, that's all we need. So we're just going to start the van up before we go ahead, and we're going to see if we can see any other issues first. You can already hear the van doesn't sound very well there. That seems to have quietened down a bit now. Maybe it's just a belt. Seems to have had an oil leak somewhere down around there. You can see it's kind of wet, but it has just had an oil change at another garage. So he's complaining he's getting a lot of grey smoke and patches of this every time he parks anywhere. So one tip that we always do, a little bit of a habit when we're working on cars, is driver's window all the way down, just in case the door locks and we've got the key inside. So now I'm just under the van, and if we go up here, we've got the DPF here, and just here we've got that pipe that we saw from up the top. It just travels down here and goes in here, so we'll open this clip and we can fill it with DPF fluid from here. Move that to the side. We're going to grab it with our hand. Let's pull it left and right. Get it off. Just get that pushed on there. Let that focus a little bit there. That's it. Now we can pump this up, build up the pressure. So I've got the pressure built up there. Put that light back on, and you can hear it's about empty there. So now we can take this back out. Okay, so now we've just put the pipes back on there. Just leave the jack down. We'll take that out. It's quite a fancy Transit, this one. I haven't seen one with leather seats before, really. Well, we haven't worked on one, I've seen them around, but not really been in one. Okay, we're going to start it up. Now we're going to give it a few revs while we're looking at the rear. And I wouldn't worry too much about that mess. That just dries up in a minute, and we chuck a bit of water on it. It looks like it's never been there. It's just a bit of suds. So if you come down there, you can see there is some oil in there. You can see the you know, the colour there in the centre there. But the turbo failed on this van, and then the whole contents of the oil obviously went into the exhaust system. So normally, as you've seen, we probably do our diagnostics before we do any of the DPF cleaning, but in this case he's had this turbo redone and he's had his oil changed at another garage, and they have advised him to have the DPF cleaned. Obviously we asked why does he think he needs the DPF cleaned, is there any warning lights on or anything, and he just answered with, you know, do I want to clean it or not. So we're just here to clean it. Basically that's what we're doing. We're asked to do a service, and this is what we're doing. The oil is in the DPF, so of course it is a good idea to clean it anyway. But we're going to check and make sure that there's no faults that would cause this DPF issue to come around anytime soon after we've cleaned it. So it's just running through a diagnostic scan here. We're going to pause that because this now is just going through, you know, interior lights and all sorts of other stuff, and we're only interested in the engine, so we're going to click into that and see what's going on. Got two faults there. Retrieve. Yes, the ignition is on. And here we have a mass airflow sensor circuit issue. P0101 and a P0113 intake air temperature sensor. That is all part of the airflow sensor. It's all the one. So now, of course, this car, van, or what do you like to call it, it has been at a garage, so there is a likelihood that that has been disconnected. So we're going to clear it and read live data and see if the code comes back. Okay, the code has been erased. We'll go to live data. Okay, we have our relevant stuff there ticked. And airflow we can see there. Let's give it some revs. Yep, we can see that's increasing. DPF there. Differential pressure sensor. Yep, everything seems to be working. So we go to the percentage there. We can put that on a different chart reading. So you can see there it's on amber close to red. We're going to hold our revs on the van now and hopefully get all of this flushed out. So now we've just returned from the live data. We're going to go to hot functions and see if we can do a regeneration. Here we go. Diesel static regeneration. Here we are. Sorry, I'm trying to get the screen in a position where you can see it with as little glare as possible, but it's quite hard. So there we go, we've triggered that off. Now this will just hold the revs on the van without us having to do it with our feet, and it should clear it out. We've still got the fluid in there, so that's still going to be burning out while the regeneration is working as well. So that's going to run for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we're just going to wait around for it. You know, you've done a good job on her when she's left a wet patch. I'm going to use some water just to wash that up. Just takes a little bit of water, that's all it washes away. It's not fuel or oil or anything, so it's not really any harm. You can just see the soot there washing away. Okay, so that's all complete. Now we just reset the particle filter values here, middle one. Then we're going to go into the diagnostics, run another scan, see if that airflow meter is returned. You can see it's passed there. And we'll take it on a test drive and all should be finished. Go back into live data here. So you can see everything's moving there, airflow's moving, particle filter now is at 0, and that's a job all complete. And we'll turn the van off, fold in the wing mirrors, and we'll see you on the next job.